Hey everybody, it's Eris here and I'm back with another video. It has been a month since I began my all-natural skin healing journey, and for that first month I finally was able to find a routine that I think is going to be optimal for my skin's health, and I am here to share it with you. So step one in my all-natural skin routine is exfoliating. Now this is a bit different compared to traditional aesthetics. You typically will exfoliate as your second step, but I exfoliate as my first step because I use the dry brushing method. Now, the dry brushing method is a traditional Ayurvedic practice, but the benefits of it is that mainly it helps fade dark spots, hyperpigmentation, sunspots, age spots, and it also tones and improves the texture of the skin. And all I do is I have this little brush. It's kind of like I guess a shoe polishing brush. I bought a brand new one, and because the bristles of these brushes are a lot softer than body brushes, and you can find several YouTube videos on how to actually execute the dry brushing, but you essentially just want to focus on brushing the areas that have the hyperpigmentation or whatever marks you're trying to fade, and it helps exfoliate the top layers of the skin, again toning, improving texture, and fading fine lines, wrinkles, hyperpigmentation. Love dry brushing. Second step is to cleanse, and I use the oil cleansing method, again another traditional Ayurvedic practice, and I use sweet almond oil. And you'll find there's a lot of research on different types of oils that you can use. A lot of websites will recommend castor oil. I find that castor oil is just a little bit too heavy for my skin, and I really enjoy using sweet almond oil. My hair loves it, my skin loves it, and this is just the best oil for me to use. I encourage everyone to do a little research and figure out what their hair and skin loves the most. Few tips about the oil cleansing method. Well, first, what it does, the oil cleansing method is probably one of the most gentle and effective ways of properly cleansing the skin without stripping our natural barrier function. And for me, since I do have an oily skin type, and for others who may have an oily skin type as well, I recommend using only about a dime size of the oil, massaging it in very well into the face. I would spend at least 5 to 8 minutes massaging the skin with the oil, and then washing it with warm to hot water, removing as much of the oil as you can. I even sometimes will put a hot towel or put a towel under hot running water, wring it out and lay it on my face and let it steam for a minute or two, and then wipe it off. But we do want to be careful that we're getting the majority or all of the oil, as much of the oil off of our face as possible. After I cleanse with my sweet almond oil, I then tone my skin. And the purpose of toning is because, hey baby, the purpose of toning is, one, it allows us to remove any excess oil or cleanser off of our skin, but also it restores our skin's natural pH balance. So I use the original witch hazel, and you can find this at your Healthy Home Market or at Whole Foods. And a lot of people use this brand. I use this one and the rose one as well. I find the rose is a little bit more for sensitive skin. I like to really feel my witch hazel working, so I really love this brand. I really love this particular formula. And I actually place it in a little water bottle like so, or a spray bottle, and I will spray and saturate a cotton pad, and then just take my time and really wipe to make sure that I'm getting all of that excess oil off. And because the cotton ball is really saturated, it leaves a nice layer of the witch hazel on my skin so that my pH balance can be regulated. So I apply my toner. After I tone, I then will do a bentonite clay mask. And currently I am doing my masks daily, sometimes once every other day depending on my schedule, but I am doing them daily. Once I get my skin to a state that I'm happy with, I probably will decrease that to about 2 to 3 times a week. But as of right now, I am doing it daily. I just simply add this with water. I purchased this online at bulkapothecary.com, and we'll just mix it with my alkaline water, apply it with my fingertips. Bentonite clay is amazing because it helps minimize pore size. It also, most importantly, pulls out and detoxifies the skin. So any impurities, any bacteria that might be in the skin, it helps draw those toxins out. As I mentioned, it helps minimize pore size. It helps exfoliate the skin as well, and just promotes a smooth, even texture. So I really love doing my bentonite clay mask after I rinse my mask off, and I actually will do it in little circular motions. And after I rinse that off, I then will balance my skin. Now, skin balancing is equivalent to moisturizing in traditional, or I guess current Western skincare. But in ancient practices, skin balancing is where we kind of mix, and I got this also from EvanHealy.com. Evan Healy is a fantastic all-natural skincare line. Well, I can't say it's fantastic because I haven't tried it yet, but just the story behind it, the authenticity of the brand, the integrity of the ingredients that are used are just phenomenal. I'm really excited to try it. But Evan Healy is the woman who created the line, who is also an esthetician, and she asserts that the best way to moisturize the skin or properly balance the skin is to mimic the way the skin naturally balances and moisturizes itself, which is through oil and water. So through our sweat and through sebum, the skin naturally balances itself. So I use water, which would be either a hydrosol or in this case my witch hazel, and then a oil serum. And I actually made this oil serum myself. I got it from this book. I'm going to recommend this book to anyone who's interested in working with base oils and essential oils and making their own products. It's called Hands-On Healing, and it's by Stephanie L. Torles, and it's 150 recipes for herbal balms, salves, oils, liniments, and other topical therapies. And it's just a really great book of different recipes for as many different ailments that you can think of and how to heal them naturally. And she has in here a chamomile clear skin elixir, and it's essentially a jojoba oil base with a specific combination of different essential oils that helps clear the skin. So I made that. I love it. And what I do is I take 1 drop of my chamomile clear skin elixir. And if you have drier skin, you can do, the average is 2 to 3 drops. But because, again, I have an oily skin type, I only use 1 drop of the chamomile clear skin elixir. And then I will take 5 to 6 pumps of my witch hazel and mix it well together, and then apply it to my face in patting motions, or I will sometimes rub it on as well. And that synergetic balance between the oil and water helps restore our skin's natural barrier function, and then you're good to go. That's my routine. And then sometimes if I have an active breakout or an active bump, I will use just pure tea tree. I don't know if you can see that. It's really bright outside. But I'll just use pure tea tree oil to spot treat. And that is my routine morning and night. So if you all have any questions about any of the steps that I've outlined here, please feel free to leave a comment or a question in the comment section below. I would love to talk skin with you. Thanks so much, and I will see you on the next video.